In the world of secrets and shocking events on The Young and the Restless, the relationship between Traci Abbott and Alan Loran is becoming more complicated. Traci, who has always been the pillar of the Abbott family, suddenly feels insecure about the strange behavior of Alan, who she once thought was a trustworthy brother. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman, with her ability to connect the dots, plays an important role in uncovering the secret, helping Traci gradually realize the strange things that are going on. However, the truth is not always easy to access, and many people will face dangers they never expected. Traci and Alan, a relationship is slowly being tested. Traci Abbott, who has always been calm and rational in every situation, begins to sense strange changes in Alan. As a relative of the Abbott family, she has always believed in Alan's honesty and dedication, but recently, he has become more mysterious than ever. Traci shared with Jack the feeling that Alan is not himself. His gestures, eyes, and the way he treats people seem to be off. Although she cannot point out anything specific, Traci clearly feels that Alan is hiding something big. While Traci is confused with these thoughts, Jack Abbott, Traci's always worried and protective brother, begins to feel afraid for her safety. Jack cannot help but feel that Alan's change is not a natural change. In his confusion, he worries that there may be a great danger lurking, and that Alan may not be just a relative but also a dangerous factor. Jack decides to keep his distance from Alan, but also cleverly monitors his every move. Sharon and the mystery pieces. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman, who has experienced many hardships and complicated relationships, becomes an important person in helping Traci uncover the secret about Alan. Sharon, with her long experience in dealing with complicated situations, knows well that things are not always as they seem. With her sharp nature and deep relationships in the community, Sharon realizes that something is not right around Alan. Slowly, Sharon helps Traci collect pieces from past events. A few strange encounters, stories that do not match each other, and Alan's strange attitude towards important situations lead Sharon to believe that Alan may be hiding a shocking secret. Together with Traci, Sharon begins to approach sources in the family and the company, hoping to find clues. The shocking secret: Alan kidnapped Sharon and Phyllis. However, Traci doesn't easily realize the truth. She continues to be confused and unable to explain Alan's unusual behavior. It seems like a small change in personality, but as the pieces of the story are revealed, Traci gradually realizes that Alan is not who she thinks he is. Alan is not just a man hiding his past, he is the one who kidnapped Sharon and Phyllis Summers, one of the darkest secrets that no one could have expected. The matter becomes more complicated when Traci, Sharon, and Jack begin to connect the dots and realize that Alan's actions may be related to a larger conspiracy. Alan's pretense of being a gentle brother in the Abbott family seems to be just a cover for a dark plan. Devon and the big revelations. While Traci and Sharon are slowly getting closer to the truth, Devon Hamilton, who has always been the sane one in the Newman family, suddenly discovers some important information. Some relationships surrounding Alan are worrying. Devon realizes that there is a hidden truth, and it could be a threat not only to the Abbott family but also to everyone related to Alan. Alan's actions are not simply a change in personality, but could be preparation for a criminal plan that no one can foresee. Devon, although he has little direct connection to Alan, his relationships with members of the Abbott and Newman families make him worried about potential dangers. He constantly monitors Alan's movements and prepares to find the truth that everyone is trying to hide. Realizations and unforeseen hurts. By the end of the week, as tensions rise, Jack Abbott can no longer take it. He feels that Traci's safety is at stake, and if he doesn't act immediately, things could spiral out of control. Traci, who wants to know the truth but can't face it, is faced with a difficult choice. Will she dare to break off her relationship with Alan, whom she has always considered a close brother, or will she continue to live in uncertainty and fear of unknown dangers? In a day of twists and shocking revelations, the characters of The Young and the Restless continue to face terrible secrets, complicated relationships, and inevitable interventions. From shocking intelligence to tense confrontations, the story revolves not only around love but also intrigue and hidden truths. It all starts when Devon stumbles upon disturbing news, Lily discovers shocking intelligence from Victor Newman, and mysteries surrounding Aristotle Dumas are gradually revealed. Devon Hamilton, alarming news. Devon Hamilton, who has always played an important role in the financial world and the Newman family, suddenly discovers some information that makes him unable to sit still. This news not only makes Devon feel uneasy but also opens up questions about potential dangers lurking. While Devon is still trying to handle his work and maintain stability in his family, this information makes him face the truth that cannot be ignored. Is this a conspiracy involving the Newman family or just an inexplicable coincidence? This information makes Devon realize that there may be something bigger going on, and he needs to find out immediately. Secret meetings, information exchanges with partners in the industry, and changes in the Newman family's business strategies make Devon increasingly worried about the future of himself and his family. Lily Winters and Victor Newman's intelligence. That same day, Lily Winters, Devon's wife and one of the heads of Chancellor's company, discovers a vital intelligence that Victor Newman left behind. This is information that not only affects her career but also directly impacts her family and business relationships. Lily knows that this information could change everything, and it could be the beginning of a war in the calculating world of the industry she is involved in. While Lily is trying to decipher the important details from this information, Victor begins to tell Michael about his past with Aristotle Dumas, a name that even Michael has never heard of. Dumas, a mysterious and unknown figure, seems to have a deep connection with Victor, but all they know about him are rumors and silence. Aristotle Dumas, who is this person and why is he keeping it a secret? Victor, who has faced countless challenges throughout his career, seems to have a very important connection to Aristotle Dumas. However, to this day, no one knows who this Dumas is or what he looks like. Even those closest to Victor have no clear information about this person. Why does Victor keep quiet about Dumas and their relationship? As a powerful and talented man, Victor does not easily reveal such important secrets. Dumas may be a past ally of Victor, or he may be a rival who once threatened his life and career. The questions surrounding Aristotle Dumas become more and more complicated as more information about him continues to emerge. Does Dumas have dark motives, or is he simply an old friend of Victor's? And could this relationship threaten the stability of the Newman family and important business partners? Claire and the complicated relationship with Kyle Abbott. Meanwhile, the relationship between Claire Grace and Kyle Abbott continues to be tumultuous. Claire, a strong-willed and determined woman, begins to feel dissatisfied with Summer Newman's constant interference. Although Claire cares deeply for Kyle, Summer's presence and constant arguments begin to take a toll on her relationship with Kyle. Claire is not one to give in easily. Although she has been passive for a long time, the pressure from Summer and Kyle's troubled relationship makes it impossible for Claire to remain silent. She begins to speak up, expressing her discomfort and refusal to accept unnecessary interference in her relationship. However, this action makes Kyle feel insecure. Claire and Kyle's relationship begins to suffer, especially when Kyle sees Claire at the bar with Holden. Kyle, Claire, and Summer, a tense relationship. Things become more tense when Kyle, who has always felt insecure about his relationship with Summer, begins to feel jealous when he sees Claire and Holden talking to each other. Kyle doesn't understand the relationship between Claire and Holden, but he feels an underlying rivalry. This feeling of jealousy comes not only from the insecurity in his relationship with Claire, but also from the inner conflict that he cannot resolve. While Kyle and Claire try to maintain their relationship, Summer keeps interfering and creating discomfort. This makes Claire feel tired and frustrated. She begins to feel that she can't take it anymore, and maybe it's time to face the truth of what's happening. Will Kyle be strong enough to keep Claire by his side, or will their relationship be threatened by Summer's interference and other complicated relationships? Jordan and Claire's awakening. Claire, despite her passive attitude towards Kyle, was raised by Jordan, who knows her strength and endurance. Claire is not someone who easily accepts defeat or is forced to change. Her speaking up about her discomfort and the changes in her emotions will be the turning point in this story. Claire will not only face Kyle and Summer, but also face herself and decide whether to continue to accept the interference or find a way to resolve the conflict once and for all. In a world full of secrets, complicated relationships, and confusing motives, the characters on The Young and the Restless are facing important decisions. From learning the truth about Aristotle Dumas, to facing interference in Claire and Kyle's relationship, everyone will be faced with fateful choices that can change their lives forever. On The Young and the Restless, love stories and complicated relationships are always at the heart of the dramatic plot. One of the relationships that is attracting the attention of the audience is the psychological and emotional battle between Billy Abbott, Sally Spectra, and Phyllis Summers. From the love conflicts between Billy and Sally, the ever-changing events have made these relationships tense and full of difficult to resolve. Everything starts with a hidden truth. The cracks in the relationship are gradually exposed, and secrets will be revealed. Can Billy and Sally overcome these challenges, or will Phyllis once again create storms in their lives? Billy Abbott and Phyllis. From compassion to conflict. Billy Abbott, who always has a kind heart and always tries to do everything right for his family, especially in the relationship with the people he loves, falls into a dilemma when facing Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers. The relationship between him and Sally has gone through many storms, from conflicts at work to disagreements in love. However, Billy's special concern for Phyllis after her events is what makes things more complicated than ever. Billy has always considered Phyllis a close friend and an important part of his life. After the shocks that Phyllis has gone through, Billy cannot ignore the pain and sadness she is facing. Billy's love for Phyllis is undeniable, but it is this feeling that causes the relationship between him and Sally to begin to crack. Phyllis, while facing difficulties in life, has no idea that her own actions will be the catalyst for constant arguments between Billy and Sally. Phyllis is not only Billy's companion in life, but also someone who makes him question his honesty and loyalty. Phyllis, a woman who has always been strong and determined, now leaves Billy struggling with conflicting emotions. He tries his best to help Phyllis, but this causes him to lose understanding of Sally. And as their feelings begin to change, the conflicts between Billy and Sally begin to flare up. Sally Spectra, a young woman with a complicated past, is not one to easily accept strange and conflicting relationships. She loves Billy, but Billy's concern for Phyllis leaves her feeling hurt and abandoned. Although Sally tries everything to preserve her relationship with Billy, Phyllis's interference makes things complicated. Sally cannot help but feel that Billy's actions towards Phyllis are a betrayal, a disloyalty to her. Billy and Sally's relationship becomes increasingly strained as Billy tries to explain his concern for Phyllis. He explained that it was out of compassion and care for a friend in need. However, Sally could not understand this. She felt betrayed by the man she loved and had hoped to build a bright future with. One evening, while Billy and Sally are having a tense conversation, Sally calls her lover to try to vent her frustrations. However, things are not as easy as she thought. This conversation not only increases the tension but also opens up deep cracks in their relationship. Billy and Sally both understand that they are at a crucial crossroads, where every decision will have a major impact on their future. Phyllis Summers, heartbreak and a relationship beyond limits. While Billy and Sally are at odds with each other, Phyllis is seeking comfort in the arms of Nick Newman. Although Phyllis would never admit to being weak, after what has happened, she cannot help but feel that she needs support from those around her. Nick, who has always been Phyllis's protector despite their disagreements in the past, does not hesitate to stay by her side during difficult times. Phyllis and Nick's relationship has always been complicated, and despite their many disagreements and breakups, they have always found some connection when times get tough. Phyllis is not only dealing with her own problems, but also with the conflicts of those around her. While Billy has always been someone she can rely on, Sally's interference and Billy's mixed emotions keep her from finding peace. Jack and Nikki Newman, different perspectives amidst these conflicts. Jack and Nikki Newman, always prominent figures in the Abbott and Newman family, begin to have different perspectives on the current situation. Both have seen many events in their lives, but this time, they cannot agree on how to solve the problem. Jack worries about Billy and Sally's relationship, especially when Phyllis's interference seems to be complicating the situation. He doesn't want Billy to get into a never-ending emotional battle. Nikki, on the other hand, thinks that Billy should focus on making peace with Sally and resolving his internal conflicts, instead of letting his feelings for Phyllis affect his relationship. She believes that only when Billy and Sally face their difficulties together can they find a solution to their relationship. But will Nikki's advice help Billy, or will it just make things more tense? Kyle, Claire, and Summer's relationship, the unending consequences. While Billy, Sally, and Phyllis's relationships are full of drama, the relationships between Kyle Abbott, Claire Grace, and Summer Newman are no less tense. Summer's constant interference complicates the situation between Kyle and Claire. Claire, despite being strong and assertive, can't help but feel jealous and worried when she sees Kyle spending so much time with Summer. Claire and Kyle's relationship is facing a major test, and Summer, while not directly involved, is always making things difficult to resolve. Emotional conflicts, third-party interference, and unresolved secrets are making the relationships on The Young and the Restless more complicated than ever. Billy, Sally, and Phyllis will face important decisions that could change their lives forever. Can love survive these challenges, or will secrets and broken relationships send them all into a quagmire with no way out? Only time will tell.